What is up, VC? Happy to be back again. If you can't tell by the title, I went down to Oregon, but I went this past weekend. Went down to Eugene to go visit my partner down there, and she and I went out and looked for some records, but I always stop on my way down in Portland, because Portland, if you don't know, has the most record stores per capita. So, there's a lot of digging to be done there. And I usually do dig quite a bit there. I usually spend about 3-4 hours there before I keep moving on. But this time I went to Crossroad Records, Little Axe Records, and Music Millennia. Now, if you don't know Crossroad Records, it's a very interesting place. It's like an antique mall in the way that people pay for a booth and then they put stuff in there. Yeah, people pay for areas here, like spots to put records in. So it's a lot of different people stocking records there, and you get a lot of different just stuff. I mean, I've seen some crazy stuff there, but I mean, I've also seen stuff that isn't the most common that is really good, nicely priced. Some of it's overpriced, some of it's underpriced. You just got to look for them. I mean, there's thousands and thousands of records there. It's insane. But anyways, I thought I'd start with some stuff I found locally. But before I do, please let me know if you guys prefer my long videos with my tangents, or if you would like me to split them up or just film shorter videos. Because I do this all in one take. I'm not much of a video editor, and I don't care to be either. I was thinking about shooting some digging footage, but I ended up thinking about it, and I was like, well, I don't really want to be focused on shooting footage while I'm digging, because then I can't dig as well. Like, and that's all I want to do is just dig for records, and then I'll come back and talk about them and show them later. So, again, just let me know if you guys want to see some shorter videos, or what other kind of videos you guys want to see. I have ideas too, I just don't know what everyone would like to see. So, thank you. I also have an Instagram. I'll bring it up again. I'll put it down below again. You don't have to follow me, but if you want to, I'm posting records there, talking about music. Feel free to shoot me a message or comment or whatever you guys want to do. If not, doesn't matter to me either. I just am happy you're here. But anyways, let's get into it. So this one actually is not local. I got this in the mail, which I really don't order a lot of records in the mail. I did order a few recently, but that's my biggest online haul I've ever done. Anyways, this is Perrishaw by Perrishaw, the same band from the Bay, U.S. band, blues rock, hard rock. I was looking at the U.S. pressings on Discogs one night, and I noticed this. This is a French pressing, and I really love this cover. That's why I ordered it. It's on America Records. Sorry about the glare. Let's see if I can get this out so you can see. On America Records. Great record. Nothing, you know, super transcending about this record. It's not utterly mind-blowing, but it is a really solid blues and sometimes hard rock album. So it's also cheaper than US pressings, the French pressing, so it's a good alternative if you're in the market for one. Moving on, and speaking of European pressings, I did not have this record. I've had it in the past a couple times, had some cool pressings of it, but this is Get Your Yayas Out by the Rolling Stones. I found a UK pressing on Decca at a local store. It's like 15 bucks. Didn't have a copy. I was like, totally gonna buy this. Because I think it's one of the best live records of all time. I mean, the solo on Sympathy for the Devil is worth the price of admission for me, personally. I love the way it eases into it and then goes off. Crazy. Next is a record that is one of my all-time favorite records of all time, any genre. Finally found a first pressing of it. It's an upgrade copy for me. Found a first pressing at a half-price books. It's the only record they had by this band. But this is Working Man's Dead by the Grateful Dead on that olive green Warner Bros. Label. Super clean. I mean, it plays so well. And I'm very happy about that because I had this copy, and this is also super clean. This is a second pressing on that, you know, palm tree label. So to find a really clean first pressing to substitute in with my clean second pressing, very stoked about that. Found this at the same time as the Rolling Stones, but this is Black Pearl by Jimmy Mcgriff. Great, great live record. It's on Blue Note. Love my Blue Note. Got O'Donnell Levy playing guitar on here with Jimmy Mcgriff, so you know it's just going to be a funky, killer time. Anything Jimmy Mcgriff, Blue Note, is just pick it up if you see it. I got this for really cheap. Really, really great record. This is Illuminations by Alice Coltrane and Santana. It's a promo copy with the sticker and the timing strip. On Columbia, not a white label. But interesting record. I'm not really into large orchestrative pieces, and Alice arranged the orchestra on here, but I do really enjoy Santana's guitar playing. It's very minimal. And I enjoy some of the free jazz aspects of this. I think it's really great, and I've been listening to a lot more free jazz-y, post-bop-y things lately. So it was a nice departure from the norm for me with jazz. Trying to get more into that free jazz side. I've been listening to a lot of Dolphy lately, and I've really, really come to like Dolphy's music. I recently went back and listened to Out to Lunch, and this time I thoroughly enjoyed it. I mean, I really, really enjoyed it. It wasn't as out there as I remembered it being. Anyways, moving on. Still in the same vein as jazz. This is my best local pickup as of late. Went into a Half Price Books after work. I work right by one. And went over to the jazz section, which is not big. But sometimes they do put out some good stuff. I've seen some, Wayne Shorter Blue Note stuff there and some other things. And they had this and another record sitting up there. They had Duke Ellington and John Coltrane. It was a third press mono on Impulse. And it was a little beat. So this one was up there too, and I compared the two. And I was like, whichever one looks cleaner, I'll buy. Because they were both at a good price. And so I ended up going with this one. And this is Ballads by the John Coltrane Quartet. This is a very, very first pressing mono. Only issue is pretty much some little bit of splitting there, but it's not horrible. But look how nice. I mean, still that shine is still on that laminated gatefold. Got the orange and black on there. It's got the Ampar down there, so it is a very first pressing mono. And it was a little beat up. Still had shine, but got it home, cleaned it, put it on, and I was just blown away. I mean, it's one of my favorite Coltrane albums. I know a lot of people don't really like to say that, but like this quartet and playing standards, I think are amazing. I love their interpretations of them. I think McCoy Tyner's playing on this record is just awesome. And Elvin, I love his cymbal work so much on here. And just his drumming in general, but really great record. I know a lot of people like Coltrane, his later stuff, and don't sometimes give this stuff the time of day, but you really should. I mean, it's really great playing. Anyways, moving on to the stack I got this past weekend. This is how much I picked up. I know. I'm going to try and burn through it, okay? But a lot of different genres here. And very unique haul for me. I did not expect to find this many genres or get this many things from this many different genres. But let's start it off with the Only 45. I've got Nadine by Chuck Berry. My favorite Chuck Berry song. Later pressing. It's okay with me. I love that song. Next, I traded my partner for this. I gave her a copy of Carlos Santana and Buddy Miles Live because she loves Santana. She had a pretty beat up copy and I had a really nice one, so we traded for this. But this is a 10-inch of Junior Kimbrough's first recording. Now, I've talked about Junior Kimbrough before because of this record. This is Chulahoma, the Songs of Junior Kimbrough by the Black Keys on that pink wax. Really great record. If you haven't listened to it by now, you should, because it's amazing. But then you've got this, which is earlier Junior Kimbrough. Really great blues. If you like blues at all, check this out. I think you can still get them online for relatively cheap. But yeah, super, super cool. Staying on blues, I found this. This is called Blues Hoot. This is Lightnin' Hopkins, Brownie McGee, and Sonny Terry. Side 1 is mostly Lightnin'. At the end, you get Brownie and Sonny coming in a little bit. And side 2 is mostly Sonny and Brownie with Lightning coming in a little bit. This is on Horizon Records. This is an original mono pressing. Sadly, this copy has quite a bit of noise in the left channel. So I'm going to clean it again. Hopefully some of that goes away. But Lightnin is my favorite blues man. I mean, I love his playing, I love his singing, and I love his talking style of singing. So that's why with the noise, it kind of gets in the way sometimes because there's a lot of talking passages with Lightnin. And, you know, sometimes that noise can kind of get in the way. So we'll try and do that. Next genre we're on to. We're just going to do this by genres. I've got The Harder They Come by Jimmy Cliff. Classic record. It's a U.S. Mango pressing. Didn't have a copy right now, so I decided to pick this up. It was pretty cheap. Actually saw a Jamaican press at Crossroads. I probably should have picked that up. That would have been pretty cool. But anyways, while on the topic of reggae, if you guys have any reggae recommendations for me, please leave some recommendations below or go on Instagram, shoot me a message, whatever. It's a genre I'm trying to get deeper into because I know the basics. You know, I know Lee Scratch Perry, I know Gregory Isaacs, I know Toots, I know Bob Marley, of course, and Jimmy Cliff and Bunny Wailer and Peter Tosh. I know those guys. But if you guys have any like deeper cut stuff, please let me know. I love reggae, but I just don't know enough about it. Most of what I'm trying to learn about it right now is just finding records and going over them. But regardless, I digress. Moving on. We've got the best of Gregory Isaacs. I love this cover, him smoking a fat joint. It's amazing. This is on GG Records. This is actually a Jamaican press. I really like Jamaican presses for reggae. I just think they're cool. So yeah, love Gregory Isaacs. He's a great songwriter and a really great singer. Very, very soft voice. I really enjoy it. And last one for the reggae haul. I am sad to say I did not know this before. I am familiar with the US named album of this. But I did not know that the US pressing is like a compilation pressing of like 3 different records by this group. So I picked this up. This is a UK reissue from 1981, and it is Funky Kingston by Toots and the Maytals. Super, super cool. I mean, really great singing. You've got Pomp and Pride, Redemption Song, and Funky Kingston all on here. Really, really great. Sounds great, too. Again, next genre. We've got MFSB with Love is the Right Message, or Love is the Message, sorry. On that Philadelphia International. I bought this off my partner quite a while ago. Finally got it from her. It's got the hype sticker. But another cool thing is, I don't know if you can see it on the front, so I'll show you the back. It is a promo. It's an audition copy. So it's super, super cool. Really funky, soulful album. Great group. I see this record all the time, but this is probably the coolest copy I've ever seen. Side tangent here. I apologize. I ordered outer sleeves and inner sleeves from MoFi. I love their inner sleeves. Most of us do. You might use something different. That's okay. But I'd never used their outer sleeves, and that's what's on here, and I do not like them. Look how cloudy that is. I mean, look at that difference. I was very disappointed in that. Really nice material. Just, I like crystal clear sleeves. I'm picky. Anyways, this one I did not know this group before. And thought it was really interesting. It was $2.50. This is Milt Matthews Incorporated, and this is a promo on Commonwealth United Records. Very cool, soulful album. Gets funky at times, but I really enjoy this album. I mean, for $2.50, I'll pick it up all day. And I did learn that this group has another record that is a little bit more psychedelic, so I'm going to be on the lookout for that. Next was another good score. I didn't pay too much for most of these, which is awesome. And this is Thunderbird by Willis Jackson on Prestige with that Fireworks label. This is a great record. I'm not too familiar with Willis Jackson. I think the thing that caught my eye on here was that Freddie Roach was on the organ and Ray Barretto on the congas. And I mean, how much conga work was really done in the early 60s? I'm not too sure. But it's in great condition. It plays great. And it's just a fun, soulful, boppy album with some really great jamming sometimes in there. Highly recommend this. I mean, it's not expensive. It's original mono copy. Next is my first record off this label. I was very stoked to find this. This was like $5. This is Moonchild But I believe it's John Lytle Trio. Little or Lytle. I think it's Lytle. Let me know if I'm wrong. But this is on Jazzland. I'm familiar with Jazzland from Monk and Lee Morgan. The Lee Morgan album I know is a pretty collectible album. So I knew Jazzland, but saw it also had Ray Pareto on it right there. And I decided to pick it up. I'm not really a vibes guy. John Lytle is a vibraphonist player and a percussion player. And this is a fucking killer album, man. I love this album. I am so... $5? Mono? Take it all day. All damn day. I love jazz and mono. I think it sounds better, personally. I'm not too big on stereo versions. I mean, certain things, like maybe like the contours I have, is pretty cool in stereo. But most jazz, especially hard bop, I like in mono because I like how punchy it is. Next is the last for the jazz that I found. This was $20. Very stoked about this. This is also a mono pressing, but this is Our Man in Jazz by Sonny Rollins on that RCA Victor label. This has a killer lineup on it. And I was just talking about how I'm trying to get into some more free jazz stuff. This is a little bit post-bop. Once you hear the lineup, you'll kind of understand. It's Sonny Rollins on tenor, Don Cherry on cornet, Bob Cranshaw on bass, and Billy Higgins on drums. Killer lineup. I mean, that's a killer lineup. This one goes out there a little bit. This one has Oleo on it. You know, Sonny Rollins classic, standard, if you will. But killer album. Very stoked to find this for $20 too. It's in killer shape. Now we're moving on to the last little stack. This is the Rock and Psych. I found this record. I've been trying to find a pretty reasonable priced copy of this record. And this is Thank Christ for the Bomb by the Groundhogs. This is a U.S. Liberty Press. But something really cool about this is that is a promo. It says not for sale, promotional use only. Super cool. Really good hard rock, blues rock. And I'm very happy. I got this at a really good price, so I'm very stoked about that. If you don't know the Groundhogs, really great blues bass band. Some of their stuff is more affordable than some of that more out there stuff. So if you're trying to get into that hard rock psych realm, it's a great band to look into. Especially if you really like the blues. Moving on though, I found another upgrade copy from a second pressing to a first pressing. And that is of Happy Trails by Quicksilver Messenger Service. I love this record. I think it's great. I found an original LA Black Label Capitol pressing. In great shape too. It's in better shape than my original one, my second pressing. This is the copy I had before. And on that green Capitol. And I mean, look how clean it is. Look how clean the back is too. It's white. Very stoked about that. I love this record a lot. You know, the Bo Diddley suite of Who Do You Love? Great. Mona, phenomenal song. Okay, two more. Bear with me here. This is a record I've been looking for a very long time. It's still not quite the copy I want, but I saw this at a very reasonable price, so I thought I'd pick it up. And this is Kick Out the Jams by MC5, Red Electro label. But this is the censored version. I would like the uncensored, and I did see a copy this weekend, but it was out of my price range. Still a killer album, still sounds great. My favorite song off here is I Want You Right Now. That song is just killer. I mean, talk about a song to bring down the house too. Great album. And lastly, this is the last one, and probably my favorite find of the weekend. I found this is the one I got at Crossroads, the very first store I went to. I was not expecting this, actually. I was expecting to find more jazz and pick up more jazz there, but I walked away with this one album, and it had been talked about quite a bit recently because of the passing of one of the members, which is very sad. But this is Mcdonald and Giles. This is an original UK island pressing, and I absolutely love this album. It's been on my table nonstop since I got back. Just a killer, folky, rocky, proggy album. You've got Peter Giles on bass. His bass work on this album is so good. And it sounds so great on this pressing. Ian Mcdonald just passed recently. I'm very sad to hear about that. You know, founding member of King Crimson. Yeah, this album, I actually prefer this over In the Court of the Crimson King. Bold claim, but I have a lot more fun with this one than I do In the Court. So, that is it. That is everything I found. I know it was a large stack. I know it's a long video. I apologize. But yeah, let me know your feedback on that stuff, please. I really do enjoy feedback, and I want to make stuff that you guys want to watch, if you want to watch it. But anyways, I hope everybody is good. I hope everybody is doing great. I hope that you have found some good records, listening to some good tunes, and I'll see you guys later. Take it easy.